Hello friends, welcome back to the series of lecture. This is the 35th lecture of this series of Indian Evidence Act. And in this we would start with section 10, and please keep writing down the points because I will not dictate. And section 10 talks about the conspiracy. Now, whenever two or more persons, suppose A, B and C are three persons, get into a conspiracy. This conspiracy can be criminal conspiracy or a civil conspiracy in tort, the tortious conspiracy, civil conspiracy. So it can be either, it can be civil or criminal, either of the two. A, B, and C they enters into a conspiracy. Be it a civil or criminal conspiracy, the theory of representation applies. The doctrine of representation applies. Why? Because सबका common intention बन चुका है ना. They have formed a common intention. The moment they enters into a conspiracy, they are ready to do something. They form a common intention. Once they form a common intention, each of them committed to represent the other. In reference to that conspiracy, each of them is representing the other. So whatever A say or does in reference to the conspiracy, it will be said that he is representing B and C. Whatever B says and does, it will be said that he is representing A and C, and so forth. So this section clearly says about the doctrine of representation. The doctrine of representation or theory of agency means each of them will be considered to be the agent of the other. और उस कॉन्स्पिरेसी का जो भी सब्जेक्ट मैटर है उसके कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये जो भी कहेगा या करेगा या बी और सी जो भी कहेगा या करेगा माना जाएगा उसी ने नहीं बल्कि दूसरों के बिहाफ पे भी उसने कहा है या किया है. So whatever A does, that will also said that others also done the same. So that is the theory of agency or representation. What happens in the conspiracy is, first of all, there is person A who makes the intention. Suppose you talks about the conspiracy to commit murder. First of all, it would be one person who formed the intention to commit the murder. So first of all, it is A who make the intention to commit the murder. Then after that, it will enter into the negotiation with B, and finally now B agreed with A. Now it is between whom? Between A and B. अब technically तो conspiracy इस date में बनेगा ना when the two or more persons agrees, because before that it was intention of only one of them. Now it becomes a conspiracy between A and B. Now maybe later on B may agree with some C. Now C also becomes the party to conspiracy. Now it is between A, B and C. Ab C joins here, B joins here, and here it is A alone who is having the intention. So as and when the person joins the conspiracy, he becomes the conspirator. As and when the person joins the conspiracy, जब B join करेगा तो B becomes the co-conspirator. जब C join करेगा तो C becomes the co-conspirator. Maybe somewhere here, some fine day, C said that no, I am not interested in all this, and I want to live a legal life. So C left. अब A और B बच गए. So what I am saying is, people may join in, people may leave the conspiracy, and the conspiracy may consist of two or more persons at a point of time. Now initially any one of them has framed the intention to commit the offense or the civil wrong, and gradually more and more people will be joining. Whatever A says regarding the conspiracy in reference to B or in reference to C, that will be relevant not against A, that will be relevant against B and C also. After joining the conspiracy, whatever B says or does after joining the conspiracy के बाहर हो तब नहीं. अगर आप conspiracy के member बन गए हो, then after joining the conspiracy, whatever B says or B does in reference to the conspiracy will only not relevant against B, will not relevant only against B, it will also against A and C. It will be relevant against A and C also. Similarly here, when B joins, whatever C says or whatever B or A says or did in reference to the conspiracy, that will be relevant against all of them to prove that they were the member of a conspiracy. अब एक बार जब B छोड़कर चला गया, once the B has left, then after that if A and B says something regarding themselves, so obviously that can be used against B also because initially he was the party. लेकिन छोड़ने के बाद now if B says or does something when he is not the member of the conspiracy, अलग होने के बाद B कुछ कहता है या करता है, so B is not the member of the conspiracy, then that will not be relevant. So if a person is a member of the conspiracy, if he says or does something in reference to the conspiracy, that will be relevant against him and other, even if one of them left the conspiracy at that time. But if the person has left and after leaving he says or does something in reference to conspiracy, then that will not be relevant against the other because he is not a member of the conspiracy, and upon him the doctrine of representation at that point of time does not apply. तो ये सब समझने के बाद फिर सेक्शन पढ़ेंगे, फिर तब अच्छा समझ में आएगा सेक्शन. पहले ऊपर ऊपर का देख ले. अब इसमें दूसरी बात यह है कि इस दिन ए ने इंटेंशन क्रिएट किया टू कमिट द ऑफेंस. अब यहाँ पर ए एंड बी बिकम्स द मेंबर ऑफ द कॉन्स्पिरेसी और यहाँ पर ए बी एंड सी बिकम्स द मेंबर. नाउ वॉट एवर दे से एंड डू will be relevant under section 10 only as long as the conspiracy exists. Whatever they say or do in reference to the conspiracy under section 10, it will be relevant only if it was said or done while the conspiracy was existing. Now suppose on this day the conspiracy was over. अब conspiracy कैसे over होगा, उसके लिए दो तीन रीजन हो सकते हैं. फर्स्ट वन इज कि conspiracy का जो गोल था वो अचीव हो गया. The offense they wanted to commit has committed, so the conspiracy is over. Or number two, they are mutually agreed to abandon the conspiracy. That let us get over with the conspiracy. And if there is an evidence that they all abandoned the conspiracy, so it can be either the goal has been achieved or they had abandoned the conspiracy. All of them. अगर एक ने abandon कर दिया बाकी के दोनों हैं तो conspiracy चला हुआ माना जाएगा. All of them have abandoned the conspiracy. और तीसरा क्या है, they all have been arrested. सारे के सारे पकड़ लिए गए. The conspiracy has been discovered and they all have been arrested. So either ways the conspiracy will get over. और एक बार जब conspiracy खत्म हो गई, once the conspiracy has got over and then now one of them says or does something maybe in reference to the conspiracy only, then the conspiracy is no more in existence. The conspiracy is no more in existence. एक बार conspiracy खत्म हो गई, once the conspiracy is over, and after that if one of them says or does something, and since the conspiracy is no more in existence, then that statement or conduct will not be relevant against anyone. So ये statement और conduct relevant तभी होगा जब आप conspiracy के member थे और तब आपने कुछ कहा था और किया था. एक बार conspiracy खत्म हो जाए, then the doctrine of representation will not apply because now the conspiracy does not exist. और उसके बाद आप कुछ कहते हो या करते हो, then that will not be relevant under section 10. So that is the broad summary of section 10. Now read section 10, where there is reasonable ground to believe that two or more persons have conspired together to commit an offense or an actionable wrong. To commit an offense or an actionable wrong. So it can be a civil conspiracy or a criminal conspiracy. Either. Where there is reasonable ground to believe that two or more persons have conspired together to commit an offense or an actionable wrong. Anything said, done, or written by any of such persons in reference to their common intention. Means anything said, done, or written by any of these members of the conspiracy in reference to the common intention. Then after the time when such intention was first entertained by any one of them, I told you that this is the point when A entertained the intention first. अब इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पर एज ए मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट कॉन्स्पिरेसी तो नहीं हुआ है, यहाँ पर कॉन्स्पिरेसी तो हुआ नहीं है, कॉन्स्पिरेसी होगा यहाँ पर. तो ये जो टाइम है, इट वाज नॉट वेयर द कॉन्स्पिरेसी, इट वाज नॉट द टाइम वेयर द देयर इज कॉन्स्पिरेसी, बट स्टिल वॉट एवर ए हैज सेड और डन इन रेफरेंस टू द कॉन्स्पिरेसी, अभी कॉमन इंटेंशन बना नहीं है, बट सपोज इफ ही प्रपोजेज the common intention, he proposes to make the common intention with B. Now suppose this stage he said something to B regarding a conspiracy that will be relevant, that will also be relevant against A and as well as B. And after they form the conspiracy, and after that anyone write, does or say anything with reference to the conspiracy, that will be also be relevant under section 10. अब दोबारा पढ़ो यहाँ से. Anything said, done or written by any one of such persons in reference to their common intention after the time when such intention was first entertained by any one of them is a relevant fact. A relevant fact for what? Relevant fact as against each of the persons believed to so conspiring, as well for the purpose of proving the existence of the conspiracy, as for the purpose of showing that any such person was a party to it, to the conspiracy, that any such person is party to the conspiracy. मतलब जब ये ए ने कोई भी स्टेटमेंट किया होगा या कॉन्स्पिरेसी बनने के बाद बी ने कोई भी स्टेटमेंट किया होगा या कुछ कंडक्ट किया होगा या कुछ लिखा होगा, then that can be used for three purposes. Number one, to prove that the conspiracy existed. So that is the first thing, that is to prove that the conspiracy existed. अब दूसरा, it can be used to prove that the person who made the statement or the conduct, he was the member of the conspiracy. और तीसरा, any other person in reference to that statement or conduct is done, that other person is also the member of conspiracy. मतलब आपका जो स्टेटमेंट या कंडक्ट है वो खुद के खिलाफ तो इस्तेमाल होगा ही, ये प्रूव करने के लिए कि आप उसके मेंबर थे, कॉन्स्पिरेसी एग्जिस्ट करता था, कॉन्स्पिरेसी वाज देयर, इसको प्रूव करने के लिए भी यूज होगा, और कोई और व्यक्ति जो कॉन्स्पिरेसी का मेंबर था उसको ये प्रूव करने के लिए दैट ही वाज ऑल्सो अ पार्टी टू द कॉन्स्पिरेसी, उसके लिए भी इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा. अब यहाँ से पढ़ते हैं. इज अ रिलेवेंट फैक्ट, is a relevant fact as against whom, as against each of the person believed to so conspiring. I told you that it can be used to that other persons were also members to the conspiracy. Then दूसरा they are saying as well for the purpose of proving the existence of the conspiracy. So the conspiracy existed, इसको भी prove करने में use होगा. Then lastly, as for the purpose of showing that any such person was a party to it. As for the purpose of showing that any such person was a party to it. Any such person was a party to the conspiracy. Such means what? The person who made the statement, conduct or who knows something. तो वो खुद उसके खिलाफ भी यूज हो जाएगा या दूसरे मेंबर्स हैं उनके खिलाफ भी यूज हो सकता है, और या फिर कॉन्स्पिरेसी एग्जिस्ट कर रहा था ये प्रूव करने के लिए भी इस्तेमाल हो जाएगा. लेकिन कब से कब तक? पहली बार जब इंटेंशन बनाया, फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन द इंटेंशन ऑफ कॉन्स्पिरेसी वाज मेड, फ्रॉम दैट टाइम बीच में द कॉन्स्पिरेसी वाज फॉर्म्ड until the conspiracy was over. Now that is not written explicitly, but that is implicit, that as long as the conspiracy continues till that period, for that period, if you made any conduct or a statement etc., that will be relevant. Now whose conduct or statement will be relevant? A person who is a party to the conspiracy at the time when he made the statement. तो ये जो ए का केस है उसको छोड़ दो, ए का, क्योंकि इस बीच में उसका कोई कॉन्स्पिरेसी तो है नहीं, फिर भी ए का कंडक्ट और स्टेटमेंट विल बी रेलिवेंट। जो भी कंडक्ट उसने या स्टेटमेंट इस पीरियड में किया है दैट विल बी रेलिवेंट। अदरवाइज आफ्टर द कॉन्स्पिरेसी इज फॉर्म्ड, देन ए का स्टेटमेंट हो, बी का स्टेटमेंट हो, फिर इधर से सी का स्टेटमेंट हो, एनी पर्सन हु मेड द स्टेटमेंट when he was the member of the conspiracy, any person who is the member of the conspiracy at the time when he made the statement, that will be relevant, but that will continue only until the conspiracy ends. The moment the conspiracy gets over by either of these, the relevancy will be lost. The moment the conspiracy gets over by either of these methods, the relevancy will be lost. अब फिर से पढ़ लो इसको। Where there is a reasonable ground to believe that two or more persons have conspired together to commit an offense or an actionable wrong, anything said, done, or written by any of such persons, anything said, done, or written by any of such persons, any one of such persons. अब who are these one of such persons? जिसके खिलाफ ट्रायल में प्राइमा फेसाई एविडेंस है कि दैट ही वाज वन ऑफ सच, वन ऑफ द कॉन्स्पिरेटर, जिसके खिलाफ कोर्ट के पास एविडेंस है दैट ही वाज द मेंबर ऑफ द कॉन्स्पिरेसी, एनीथिंग सेड, डन और रिटन बाय एनी वन ऑफ सच पर्सन्स in reference to their common intention, in reference to their common intention after the time when such intention was first entertained. Now they were saying after the time when such intention was first entertained. First entertained means what? पहली बार one of them may have framed the intention. So after the time when such intention was first entertained by any one of them. अब देखो सच इंटेंशन का मतलब कॉमन इंटेंशन हो सकता है, लेकिन आगे क्या लिख रहे हैं, बाय एनी वन ऑफ देम। अब ऑब्वियसली कॉन्स्पिरेसी अकेला व्यक्ति तो नहीं करेगा, एंड देयरफॉर आई एम सेइंग दैट द पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू आर एग्जामिनिंग, द पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम फ्रॉम वेयर यू हैव टू एग्जामिन इज नॉट when the conspiracy was formed between A and B, rather it is the point when A first entertained the intention. So after the time when such intention was first entertained by any one of them is a relevant fact as against each of the person believed to so conspiring, as well for the purpose of proving the existence of the conspiracy as for the purpose of showing that any such person was a party to the conspiracy. So write down, for section 10 to apply, it is essential that there was a prima facie evidence of conspiracy between some persons, and the issue is whether the statement, oral or written, or the conduct of either of these persons will be relevant against them in section 10. Any statement, conduct made by either of these persons in reference to their common intention would be relevant not only to prove the existence of conspiracy, rather also to prove that he himself or any other person was a member of the conspiracy. Common intention would be relevant not only to prove the existence of the conspiracy, rather also to prove that he himself or any other person was a member of the conspiracy. तो ये three things थी, conspiracy existed, any who make the statement, and any other person against whom there is prima facie evidence, either of this a member of the conspiracy. Now the condition is that when the person made the conduct or made the statement, the condition is that when the person made the conduct or made the statement, he was a member of the conspiracy. So next sentence, regarding the first person who may have entertained the intention first, and may not have still formed a common intention with anyone, and may not have still formed a common intention with anyone. His conduct or statement during that period will also be relevant under section 10 for the above purposes. मतलब ए ने पहली बार इंटेंशन बनाया, अब 10 दिन लग गए, 10 दिन बाद उसका एग्रीमेंट हुआ बी के साथ, फिर उसके बाद 6 महीने तक ये कॉन्स्पिरेसी चला, 6 महीने और ये 10 दिन, तो 6 महीने बाद द कॉन्स्पिरेसी वाज एंडेड फॉर वॉट एवर द रीजन. For initial 10 days when he was not partner in the conspiracy, but he did entertain the intention to commit the offense, then for that days whatever conduct done by A or statement made by A, then that will also be relevant under section 10. So that will be relevant to prove that he was the member of the conspiracy, because ultimately he became the member of the conspiracy, no? So it is used to prove that he was the member of the conspiracy. Plus also some other person B or C was also the member. अब हो सकता है ए ने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया है, वो मान लो उस समय कॉन्स्पिरेसी हुआ नहीं, ए ने स्टेटमेंट दिया, किसी को कहा कि मैं बी से बात कर रहा हूँ और बी अगर मान जाए तो हम दोनों मिलकर एक्स का मर्डर करेंगे. अब यहाँ पर जो स्टेटमेंट उसने दिया है, दैट ऑब्वियसली शोज हिज इंटेंशन, एंड ही इज रेफरिंग टुवर्ड्स कॉन्स्पिरेसी ऑल्सो एंड रेफरिंग टुवर्ड्स बी ऑल्सो. There is a prima facie evidence against B that he is a party to the conspiracy, and this is the statement of A. This also can be used against B. B was not a member at that time, but A was at that time entertaining that intention, no? So B अगर उस समय कुछ कहता है, then that is not relevant, because B is not a member, but A कुछ कहता है, then that is relevant. Once A and B become a member of the conspiracy, then after becoming the member, whatever A says or does in reference to the common intention, and whatever B says or does in reference to the common intention, that will also be relevant under section 10. But C has not yet joined, so whatever C says right now, that is not relevant. But if A and B say something to C is not the member of the conspiracy right now, but if A and B say something to C in reference to the conspiracy, then that will be relevant against C. C अगर कुछ कहेगा that is not relevant, but ये अगर C के reference में कुछ कहते हैं that will be relevant. अब now later on C also becomes the member. Now A, B or C, either of them says or does anything in reference to the common intention, that will be relevant them. But suppose B leave thereafter. अब B leaves thereafter, whatever B says after that, now he is no more the member of the conspiracy, then his statement will not be relevant. But whatever A and C says, that will be relevant against them as well as against B. So that is the rule in this section. But this will happen only when, as long as the conspiracy existed. इसको भी लिख लीजिए आप. The above facts will be relevant. The above facts will be relevant if there was said or done only as long as conspiracy existed. If there was said or done only as long as conspiracy existed. अब जो भी लिखवाया आपको, that was discussed in the case, इसका नाम लिख लो, मिर्जा अकबर versus King Emperor 1940 Privy Council, and one more you take down, that is K.R. Singh and others versus Delhi administration, that is 1988 Supreme Court. So these are the landmark cases on this point. So जो भी मैंने लिखवाया, all that is in this case. अब एक और केस लिखिए, that is Parliament attack case. लिखिए अफजल वर्सेस स्टेट NCT of Delhi, that is 2005 Supreme Court. अफजल वर्सेस स्टेट NCT of Delhi 2005 Supreme Court. अब इसके बारे में मैं बता भी चुका हूँ आपको. अब in this case what had happened was that after the arrest of Afzal, Shaukat, Abdul Jilani, and Lady Afzan Guru. After all that, all they arrested, Afzal and Shaukat make some confessional statement. Listen it carefully. After they got arrested, means the conspiracy is over. Then after that, Afzal and Shaukat made some statements regarding the conspiracy, regarding the common intention, and in that statement they indicated Abdul Jilani also कि हमारे साथ तो अब्दुल जिलानी भी था. अब ये अफजल और शौकत दोनों ने कहा अलग अलग, दोनों ने अब्दुल जिलानी का नाम लिया है. बट द पॉइंट इज दैट कैन दिस स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अब्दुल एंड शौकत, कैन दिस स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अफजल एंड शौकत be used as a confession against themselves? Answer is yes, it can be used as confession against themselves. But since it was not properly recorded, तो ये confession की तरह तो use नहीं हो पाया. Then the other question was, can this statement of Afzal and Shaukat, क्योंकि वो confession की तरह use नहीं हो पाया, can that be used under section 10 against themselves and also against Abdul Jilani? Can this statement made by Afzal and Shaukat be used against themselves and against Abdul Jilani in reference to the conspiracy? Since because at that time the conspiracy was over, and since once the conspiracy is over, then after that whatever statement you make or conduct you do, then that will not be relevant under section 10. And therefore it was held that it was held it is never relevant against Afzal and Shaukat, neither relevant against Afzal and Shaukat, nor relevant against Abdul Jilani. So the statement made by the Afzal and Shaukat when after the conspiracy had over, after they were all arrested, and therefore it cannot be used, that statement or conduct cannot be used as relevant under section 10. Under section 10 it will be relevant only when as long as the conspiracy was existed. अब एक और केस लिखो आप. दिस इज राजीव गांधी असैसिनेशन केस का नाम है स्टेट थ्रू सुप्रिटेंडेंट ऑफ पुलिस CBI वर्सेस नलनी एंड अदर्स 1999 सुप्रीम कोर्ट. अब इसमें 2 पॉइंट्स थे जो मैं आपको ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूँ, उनको लिख लीजिए आप. फर्स्ट पॉइंट, द स्टेटमेंट मेड बाय अ कॉन्स्पिरेटर, the statement made by a conspirator before another person has joined the conspiracy, before another person has joined the conspiracy, or after a person has left the conspiracy, or after a person has left the conspiracy, will be relevant under section 10 in reference to himself as well as in reference to that other person. जिसने ज्वाइन नहीं किया है या जो छोड़कर चला गया है उसके खिलाफ भी यूज हो जाएगा, क्योंकि जिसने स्टेटमेंट दिया वो तो मेंबर था कॉन्स्पिरेसी का. आप नहीं थे उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है, पर जिसने स्टेटमेंट दिया है दैट पर्सन वाज द मेंबर ऑफ द कॉन्स्पिरेसी. अब दूसरा पॉइंट, सेकंड पॉइंट, द स्टेटमेंट मेड बाय अ पर्सन हु हैज नॉट येट जॉइंड द कॉन्स्पिरेसी, द स्टेटमेंट मेड बाय अ पर्सन who has not yet joined the conspiracy, or that of a person who has left the conspiracy will not be relevant under section 10. मतलब आप अगर मेंबर नहीं हो then आपका statement will not be relevant under section 10. Read again the section 10. Where there is a reasonable ground to believe that 2 or more persons have conspired together to commit an offense or an actionable wrong. So the first requirement is that suppose this is A, B and C, and there is a trial going on in which A, B and C इन तीनों के लिए prima facie evidence, there is a prima facie evidence that they have been the conspirator, be it a criminal trial or be it a civil trial. Prima facie case is that they have conspired. Then they are saying anything said, done or written by any one of such persons, A ने, B ने या C ने किसी ने भी कुछ कहा हो या कुछ लिखा हो, और या फिर any kind of conduct. Anything done means any kind of conduct done by either of them. अब conduct done by either of them, when का आंसर आप ढूंढोगे. So from the day when either of them, any of them entertained that intention till the day that conspiracy continues. यही होगा ना. कब उन्होंने क्या किया था, that you know, said, written or conduct, and that should be in reference to what? That should be in reference to their common intention, means in reference to the conspiracy. So they have said, done or written something in reference to the conspiracy, and that thing they have said, done or written during the period when first the intention entertained by any one of them until the conspiracy continues. If you read further, anything said, done or written by any one of such persons in reference of their common intention. So whatever said, done or written, that is in reference to their common intention, that is regarding the conspiracy. Then after the time when such intention was first entertained by any one of them is a relevant. अब आगे ये नहीं लिख रहे हैं कब तक, but that is implicit कि जब तक conspiracy चल रही थी तब तक, that is implicit. Is a relevant fact. अब किस तरीके से relevant? As against each of the persons believed to so conspiring, means whatever you said is done during that period, then it will be relevant to prove that each of them were party to the conspiracy, plus also for the purpose of proving the existence of the conspiracy. If there was a conspiracy, उसको भी prove करने के लिए relevant होगा, and also for showing that any such person was a party to the conspiracy, and also for showing that any such person was party to the conspiracy. Means अब मान लो ए ने कंडक्ट किया है या फिर ए ने कुछ लिखा है, अब इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी कि सिर्फ ए के खिलाफ यूज होगा, इट कैन बी यूज्ड अगेंस्ट बी एंड सी ऑल्सो. अब सपोज ए राइट समथिंग इन रेफरेंस टू द कॉमन इंटेंशन and he also refers to B, that B has agreed to participate. At the moment he writes that B has agreed to participate means what? Means what? He is referring to B also with reference to the common intention. Therefore it can be used against A and it can be used against B also. Now this is the point of time where A first entertained the intention. Starting from this stage, लिखा है clear. From the time when the intention entertained by either of them for the first time. Since then, till this point where the conspiracy got over. I told you that conspiracy get over by three methods. One is all of them abandoned the conspiracy. The other is they all been arrested. All of them been arrested. जरूरी नहीं है एक दो, all of them. The conspiracy is over or the goal is attained, then the offense is committed. Now in this period, either of them, the prima facie case is against A, B and C. Either of them says or does anything provided that he was a part of the conspiracy at that time, then that can be used for either of the purposes mentioned in the section 10. Now initially when the A entertained the intention, then obviously he was alone, and it is somewhere here A joined the conspiracy with B, so the B comes into the picture now. Now later on here, somewhere here, A and B joined the conspiracy with C, so C comes to the picture now. So whatever B may have said or done from here till here will be relevant, and whatever C may have done from here till here, that will be relevant. But as far A is concerned, whatever A has done or said from this date till the last date, if he be continued to be a member of the conspiracy till the last date, तो ये वाला जो टाइम बनाया ये A के लिए बनाया, ये बीच वाली लाइन है ये C के लिए बनाई है, और ये वाली लाइन है दैट इज फॉर B. अब इसके पहले इस पॉइंट के पहले जब A और B जुड़ रहे हैं, पहले B और C अगर कुछ कह रहे हैं, then that is not relevant because that is they are not the part of the conspiracy. लेकिन इस बीच में अगर A कुछ कहता है दैट विल बी रेलिवेंट। अब फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट B अगर कुछ कहता है देन दैट विल बी रेलिवेंट। इधर A भी कुछ कहता है देन दैट ऑल्सो बी रेलिवेंट। बट व्हाट अबाउट C के लिए फ्रॉम हेयर टू हेयर, if C says something from here to say or does something from here to here, then only it will be relevant. Whatever A says here, whatever A says here in reference to the common intention, अभी common intention बना नहीं है पर बनेगा तो सही आगे जाके। So whatever A says in reference to the common intention, in reference to B or C either, that will be relevant there. B और C या कुछ कहेंगे that will not relevant यहाँ तक। लेकिन अगर A उनके कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कुछ कहता है that will be relevant even if they are not become a party to the conspiracy at that time. अब इस ड्यूरेशन में, in this duration, whatever B says or does, that will be relevant against A, against B, as well as against C. But if in this duration, यहाँ तक भी, if C says something, then that is not relevant. In this duration, whatever A, B and C says, either of them, that will be relevant against all. अब क्योंकि यहाँ पे A भी कर चुका है तो B के लिए बोला है इधर for this period also, if A or B says something against C, then that will be relevant against A, against B and as well as against C. But suppose in the same example, somewhere here, suppose B left, अब now it is only what, A and C. अब ये जो ड्यूरेशन है इस बीच में अगर B कहता है कुछ तो will that be relevant? No, because B has left. So as long as you are a part of the conspiracy, if you say or do something that will be relevant, but the moment you have left or you have not yet joined, जैसे B के लिए देखो ये वाला पीरियड जब B ने ज्वाइन नहीं किया था और उसके बाद वाला पीरियड जब B छोड़कर जा चुका है लास्ट में, तो ये दो जो पीरियड हैं इस बीच में अगर कोई B ने कहा हो या फिर किया हो, that will not be relevant. But if any other person says or does something about B, then that will be relevant against B also. यहाँ पर छोड़ने के बाद B के A और C ने अगर कुछ करा हो या कहा हो, that will be relevant. और इस बीच में अगर A ने करा हो, then that will be relevant. तो ये लास्ट पॉइंट लिखवाया था आपको in the case of Nalini. And I told you that the concept of section 10 is based upon concept of representation or the doctrine of agency, since they all form the common intention, so each of them will be set to representing the other. So you must appreciate जो IPC में section 34 पढ़ेंगे और जो पढ़ चुके हैं, there this concept of common intention will be there, and there you will understand the doctrine of representation better. 34 या conspiracy जो पढ़ाई है IPC में। अब इसका illustration आप पढ़ लेना। Now after this we have to move to on section 11 that we would do in the next lecture. That's it for this lecture. Thank you for watching lecture.